Thanks very much, Gary. So I actually spoke at an event the other day, and I also ditched the microphone, so now I'm known as the girl without the microphone, so I think I'm going to commit to that and put down the microphone. I'm Italian, we tend to speak with our hands. So as Gary said there, my name is Francesca Morelli. For anyone asks me, yes, Morelli, like the ice cream, but that's actually not why I'm here today. So I am Director and Chief Operating Officer of DIP, which is an acronym for Deals in Places. I'm also a pro bono consultant for pre-idea and early stage startups, and for those looking to establish more of a personal brand. So I'm 22 years old. I graduate next week from Queen's University Belfast with a degree in international business with French. And back in October, I was approached by a guy that had been in my network for a while who asked me to come on board his startup team and help him grow a business. So why did he approach me? Well, this time last year, I had just returned from a very difficult year in Paris. So as a compulsory part of my degree programme, I had to go over to a French-speaking country and spend a year in a company. I ended up in Paris working for a startup studio. Now, a startup studio is a company that's made up of different startups. Mine was made up of 5 startups. And I spent the year developing 5 different businesses. One of which, when I arrived, it had 2,000 users, and by the time I left, it had grown to 10,000 users. And so I came back, I was approached to join this startup team, bang, in the middle of my final year of uni, and I went, yeah, okay. So it's been a bit of a whirlwind since then, and I've been working really hard trying to develop this business, but having the best time doing it. So whilst you're maybe sitting here thinking, I mean, this girl's 22, you know, what could she really teach us? Well, to be honest, I don't know what I could teach you, but I want to tell you a little bit about what I've learned from my journey. So I'm not going to lie, Paris was a really difficult year for me. A lot of people say, oh God, you know, you were in Paris working, that must have been amazing, like what a life. And I was like, well yeah, it was amazing, it was the most amazing experience, but it was really difficult. And the first week I went there, I came to the end of it and I ran my university and I was like, I am out of my depth. I was like, I have come into this office, this young entrepreneur, I was next to the MD of the company, and he basically turned to me and said, you know, Francesca, I just want you to help me grow my business. And there was me, 19 years old, but what? I was like, how the flip did I do that? So at the end of the first week, then I sort of rang uni and I was like, I don't know if I'm doing the right thing here, like, shit. And so then it went on, and as the time went on in my office in Paris, I was very, very lucky, it turned out, with that MD. The freedom that he gave me ended up working so well in my favour, because what I learned was then to trust in my own ability. So I read a book quite recently called Lean In by Sheryl Sandberg, and she talks a lot about imposter syndrome. And it's the point where you sort of think, oh God, you know, right, I don't really know what I'm doing, but they're going to find me out eventually. And I was sitting, you know, getting off my own work, and I was thinking, you know, I just don't really know if I'm doing the right thing here, but I think it's the right thing, so I'm just going to go with it and hope it works out okay. And he kept, you know, coming back, you know, that was really good, you know, that's worked. And slowly but surely, things started working out. And then I had a bit of a light bulb moment. I was like, do you know what? He must trust me for some reason. I don't really know what that reason is, but there must be something. So I just kept doing what I was doing anyway. And then basically I came up to a point in the year where there was quite a big business deal coming up, and I sort of ran into my boss and I said, oh God, right, so this thing's coming up, but I think I'm going to do this, but I'm not sure if it's the right thing to do. And he just said, Francesca, it's a startup, you're allowed to fail. And for me, I just thought, this is a thing for me. Because no matter how much I can go and think I'm bluffing it, new businesses and starting up a business is all about trying new things. It's about trusting your instinct. It's about learning as you go. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But try something else. It's your business, it's your project. And it is all about trusting in your own ability and allowing yourself to make mistakes. So I came back from that year in Paris with a real newfound sense of self-confidence. And so when I was approached by this guy saying, come on, grow my business with me, I just thought, yeah, look, why not? So ever since then, as I say, I've gone on a bit of this journey, and I have just learned so much. But really the main thing I've taken away from the last 7 months, and I'm going to contradict Liam a little bit here. Liam talked a lot about luck, and it was great, it was an amazing talk and about how you were very, very lucky. My mum has always told me, she's always said, no, but Francesca, you make your own luck. And so that's something I've always remembered, because it's led me to believe in karma and good karma. And no matter where I've gone, no matter what I've done, no matter what I've experienced in business, as long as I can come away from every single event and tell myself, you were kind to everybody you met, then I can be a little bit softer on myself. I have a really bad quality where I be very, very hard on myself in most things I do. So I'm always critiquing everything I said, everything I did. Did I do that right? Why did I say that? You silly bitch, you shouldn't have said that. But as I say, if I can always ask, well, Francesca, everyone you met, were you kind to everybody you met? Then I can say, do you know what? Go easy on yourself. It's okay. And so that seems to be working out okay for me in that approach. So as I say, you make your own luck, and because now I'm talking to everyone, I'm trying to be as supportive as I can of everybody around me. I'm trying to help out where I can, and whilst I'm working hard doing my own thing, I also try to do everything I can for those around me. So now I'm getting a lot of people my age, and they're messaging me and they're saying, oh, Francesca, I'm thinking about starting my own business, or I want to put myself out there more as like an engineer. And I'm like, I'm no engineer. But yeah, let's meet for a coffee, let's have a chat, let's see what we can do. I know this person, I can introduce you to them, or this person might be able to help you. And so what it's doing, it's creating a really big network for me. And it's creating a network of people who want to help me in what I'm doing. And in Northern Ireland, what I've realised in the last 6 months is that we are an incredibly supportive country. We want to see each other succeed. And I was chatting to a guy today called Simon Bailey, who's the CEO of Digital DNA. And he just said to me, he said, Francesca, nobody wants to see you fail. And I just think that with that in mind, there's no reason why you shouldn't put yourself out there a little bit more. Because you should never underestimate how supportive and encouraging others are of you. They don't want to see you fail, they want to see you do well. And as long as you are giving the same return and listening to them and trying to support them, it will come back to you. And I'm by no means saying that you should be nice to people because you think you will get returns from it. It is worthwhile doing. So if I was to sum up really everything I've learned in the last 6 months, it would be to be interesting. You must be interested. Listen to what other people are saying. Learn from what other people are saying to you. I have made a habit of going into a room, going into an event, going into even a social setting, and never being the smartest person in the room. So this being a prime example. And I've learned so much. As I say, I'm only 22 and I'm like a sponge, and I'm just so aware that everybody I meet has something to teach me. And I'm listening to it, I'm soaking it up, and I'm building those relationships. And as I say, it's not wise to talk to people, but they have resulted in really fabulous business opportunities for me. And now people want to see my business succeed, solely because I wanted to see them succeed. So business and relationships and friendships, they go hand in hand. Because people like you, they'll want to see you do well. So it's very clear that I'm only beginning my journey. I'd like to go on. We launch in August. It's a very exciting time for my startup. We launched our Android version last week. That's a plug. If any of you have Android, download it. It's called Dip. But I honestly just take it day by day. And I'm going around talking to everyone and trying to learn as much as I can. And I'm working hard at it. Yeah, I mean, thank you so much for listening to me today. And thank you so much to all the other amazing speakers. It's been wonderful.
Thank you.